What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Baggers and BS. Today, doing a little bit of upgrading of the 2023 CVO. And guess who joining me? Or I should say, guess who's actually helping me? That's going to be, you guys guessed it, mild-mannered Donnie. All right, so we see a lot of people posting, or I personally have seen a lot of people posting videos that they've done on the 23 CVO, upgrading the bars or changing them out. We're going to do exactly that, but we're going to take the time to just show, even though it's not rocket science, we know that everybody, you know, if you can do bars, I mean, it's just time consuming usually. My understanding is these are probably the easiest bars to change for obvious reasons. As you can see, the 23 CVO is very wide open. You got the top clamp here. You got the top clamp, and I mean, it's basically removal of the clamshell and the top clamp, and then we can start the process. Obviously, we've got to remove the controls, which we all know that, which is all basic stuff. Listen, I'm not the most mechanically inclined, but for me to feel that I could even do this, I mean, obviously I employed the help of somebody who's pretty calculated and squared away, and there's a reason why we're here. Not to mention he has all the tools, but I felt like, you know what, if I have all the tools, I could probably hammer it out myself, and I'm not exactly Mr. Fix-It. Anyway, want to go through a couple of things real quick. I decided to go with the Boosted Brad 10-inch risers, as you can see here. I got the replacement polyurethane bushings, and of course we're going with Fly Moto bars. Alright, guys, well, we're going to get started. We're probably not going to document too much of the removal of the hand controls. I mean, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. If we do come across anything along the way, obviously we'll document it, just so that anybody who's doing this, you know, can see. Like I said, I've seen a few posts. People are asking questions about certain things, and I figured while we're doing it, let's just make a quick video and show what the deal is. All right, so stand by, and we're going to be getting started momentarily. All right, guys, so as you can see, we got this side off, and you see in the picture where these were connected. All right, I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. I mean, we're here working less than 10 minutes, and we're already onto the next controller, set of hand controls. It's not anything crazy. Like I said, to me, it seems easier than any of the other bars that I've been involved with messing around with in the past. But I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. It's real cut and dry, as you can see in the picture. Again, you know where the plugs. The picture I just had up on the screen, you can see where everything plugged in, and it was, like I said, no brainer. So, all right, we're gonna keep going, and we'll just, as you can see, everything. Look, check it out. Donnie just literally unplugged that was plugged into this section right here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So that's pretty much in. Put in the. Yeah, I got it. I forgot that's the clutch cable. We don't want to. There we go. Beautiful. Simple. All right, so we're gonna keep moving on, and we'll show you guys. Like I said, all this stuff is pretty normal stuff, with the exception of, I think, previous bars didn't plug in as easily. You know, they weren't as much plug-in stuff. Right. So that's pretty much it. Come across anything, like I said, we'll definitely be showing it. Anything that's different. All right, so clamp is coming off.
Holds, you know.
I'm holding it right now. Yeah, I got it. It's pretty much. I mean, guys, I can't believe. Next is going to be the clamshell, obviously. Mild-mannered Donnie being extra mild and mannered. Yep, there it is. I mean, the rest is start pushing these through.
Wire cutters.
What? Donnie, is that humor I'm getting from you? What's going on over there? Hold on. All right, guys, I'm going to need two hands to help him out. All right, guys, so we're almost there. Honestly, we've been working probably about 40 minutes, and that's with a lot of bullshitting in between. Now, we're just talking, so this comes with this riser. Again, not rocket science, but basically, if you're installing standard type bars, something like this, or like a factory 47 type bar, and you get a 12-inch, it's going to sit like a 14-inch bar. Because you have that extra like 2.5 inches or so, 3 inches. That's what she said. Wah, wah. Anyway, but if you're doing T-bars, right, where you're bolting the riser right to the triple tree like we're going to be doing, this is coming out, right? This is coming out. We're going to put in the new bushings, and then they will bolt directly to the tree. So that means your 10-inch bars, I'm thinking, are probably going to sit more like, I want to say the 10-inch riser is probably more like an 8, right, 2.5 to 3 inches, give or take, from whatever riser you choose. And then obviously, whatever, if this is like a low bend bar. So if you get a mid bend bar where you have a little bit more depth, it's going to come down more. Then your bars are going to sit a little bit higher. But just, I'm just, again, putting that in the video so that people are going to have these questions, I think, along the lines. These are certainly questions that I had. And, again, not rocket science, not anything you can't figure out on your own as you're going. But just something that we thought it was kind of important if you want to take a look at the video. And if you're getting ready to do your bars and you want to see something that's a little bit more, I guess, detailed, that's all.
That's going to stay there.
So this is where we're at, guys. Risers are on. Getting ready to run everything. We mocked up the bars already. I have some pictures of it that I'll put up. We're getting ready to run the wires through the loom. And I believe on the clutch side we have to drill something out, one of the holes, just to make sure it fits correctly, according to what I was reading from one of the other guys that did the bars. But again, this is why we're trying to show it, so that we can, if somebody has questions, you're like, watch the video and you see what it is. All right, so just hang tight. We're going to be getting there in just a minute. We're just going to figure out where we're going to run this after we put the clamshell, and that's it. We should be pretty much done. Like I said, we've done a lot of bullshitting here, and it's really hasn't taken us all that long. All right, guys, so we're back from Home Depot, or where did we go? Lowe's? Went to Lowe's. We got a 3/4 inch drill bit, and here you go. You can see Donnie drilled. We drilled with that monster. As you can see, there's metal shavings all over. We just moved the vise. We're putting it back, but the left side needed to be drilled out. I don't know if you guys can see that, in order to accommodate the heated grip. Obviously I'm going to coat that right now, but I wanted to show you guys this is part of the process with the bars that are available currently, or at least these bars. So just be prepared to do that. Not a big deal, nothing crazy, just part of the process. But overall, it's been pretty easy. I mean, make sure you have a 3/4 bit, depending on which bars you have. I'm just looking because just show the drill that almost broke our arm. Thing's a monster. There's the bit. So just so you guys can see it up close. Did you get it? Look at that thing. What is it? The
whole hog.
Monster. Anyway, yeah, so that's what we did. We drilled it out with using that bit, the Walt 3/4 inch. And overall, it's been a fairly easy install. We're just gonna, now that that's drilled out and we can fit the left side heated grip, we're gonna mount everything up, wire everything through. Everything's pretty much, I mean, there's not a whole lot left to do. So we're gonna get this thing together and show you the finished product. But at least you guys know and to be prepared for a couple different things. And truth be told, it's only taken us about 3 hours total, maybe. I want to say it would have taken us less, but we had to go to the store to buy the bit. And that was it. That was really the biggest thing. So stand by, guys. We'll be back shortly with the finished product, and you'll get to see what the CVO looks like with the new bars and risers. All right, guys, so we're getting ready to put these back in, and here's some of my issues, again, with Harley. Like, here you're paying $45,000 for a bike. Somehow, that just doesn't, it never snapped in. Like, we never unplugged these.
That.
At some point while we were fiddling it and torquing the risers down, we realized, like, oh, how did those come out? They both came out. This one actually, the right side one, we actually were able to clip in, and it snapped. You heard the little clip. This one...
No
so here's what you're getting. You're paying $45,000, and, you know, we never unplugged it, you know, the whole time that we were here. And at one point we noticed that they were unplugged, and we were kind of like, that was strange. So just now as we're getting ready to wire everything back up, or I should say wire everything through, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, what? I'm trying to clip it in. It's not taking. So here I am having to put shrink wrap around it, which is ridiculous after you spend this type of money, you know, and it's just unreal. Like, here you are, you bought a $40,000 bike, you want to do bars and risers to make it your own, and this is the flagship motorcycle of Harley, and great, you have a bullshit clip, a $2 clip, if that isn't plugged in, or isn't staying in because it's not. Now I want to check out all of these clips to make sure they're all functional, and, you know, make sure they're not going to pull out at some point down the road. But I had to get that on camera because it's just ridiculous in my opinion. I'm really, really disappointed. Like, I don't even understand how something like that happens. Okay, maybe it's a one-off, but I don't know. I'm just very frustrated to see something that simple that doesn't work, or something that, you know, should be out of the factory, should definitely not be an issue, but whatever. I guess it was just a one-off. Hopefully it is. Anyway, that being said, we're going to continue to wire this stuff through, and we'll show you the finished product shortly. All right, guys? All right, guys, so moving forward with the bar installation, aside from having to drill out the end for the heated grip, we also ended up having to drill these holes on these Flymoto bars. I don't know if any other bars accommodate it, but I will say that with the Flymoto bars, the holes that come with it are not wide enough to fit the plugs. All right, like this plug right here. I don't know if you can see that, but
these holes are too small.
These holes are too small to fit all that. So we ended up having to open them up with the 3/4 bit. We just opened them up slightly, and nothing too crazy, but just enough for the plugs to fit through and still look good. Now, from there, we ended up, again, also because of the holes, the way the holes are situated here, when you put this back on, you'll see the wires run through there, right? There's an opening for this wire, but over here, this wire, it usually comes through a separate hole on the bars, on the... So in other words, there's two sets of holes on these factory bars, and that wire would come through this hole right here versus this hole over here. And it makes it a lot easier when you're using the stock bars. The Flymoto bars did not have an additional hole, so what we did was we were able to cut a piece off of here. I don't know if you guys, hopefully just a small bit of the angle so that it wouldn't crimp this wire, and obviously it fits perfect now. We're able to shut it and get it all done. But these are just things to be aware of if you're using Flymoto bars. Again, I don't think anybody has any, I guess nothing that's really for the CVO yet, or that's not, at least not that I know of, that it's specific for the CVO that's going to fit the heated grips, just like that. So that's why we had to drill out the end of the bar with the 3/4 bit and make these modifications. Again, they're nothing crazy if you're prepared for them, so it took a little longer because of that. But all in all, I think, what, 4 hours, Donnie?
About 4 hours.
About 4 hours to install everything, get everything done. And that's, again, having to run to Lowe's, run to get the bit, and just trying to figure out, okay, why isn't this closing? Which, again, it's not rocket science, but sometimes it takes finagling, and, you know, I guess it really wasn't that bad, though. I guess if we had known that stuff prior to, we would have really been able to do this a lot faster. But, you know, all in all, it looks pretty good. We're almost done. Just wrapping it up. Just wanted to update you guys and keep you guys in the loop, just so when you decide to do this, you're all ready. And if you decide to go with this type of setup, which are boosted brad risers and Flymoto bars, pretty good setup. Just have to adjust them to exactly where I want the everything to be, and finish putting on the clutch lever, and that's it. And then probably take it for a test ride tomorrow because it's raining out. And all in all, it's looking pretty good. So a couple more minutes and we'll have the clamshell back on, and I'll have the complete. I'll show you guys exactly what it looks like complete at the end of the video, and then you guys can tell me what you think. So just hang out a few more minutes and we'll take care of you, and you can give me your honest opinion in the comments below. Alright guys, so we're pretty much done wrapping up. We're just kind of cleaning up the rest of this, but here's the finished product. Boosted brad bars, boosted brad risers, Flymoto bars. Just got to basically torque the bolts on the risers. I mean, all in all, I think it came out really good. Not too crazy. Few little issues that we dealt with, but nothing crazy. And like I said, if you're prepared for it, maybe 4 hours, 4.5, 5, depending if it's your first time doing bars. It's our first time doing a new CVO, obviously, and we told you we had to do a couple things. I scratched them here earlier by accident. Not happy about that, but whatever. This is what it is. And that's it, guys. Like I said, comment below. Tell me if you like it. Tell me what you think. I was going to take it out for a test ride, but it's raining. Bike is super dusty and dirty from not riding the past few weeks too much. Like I said, that was the bar riser install for 2023 CVO. If you like this sort of content, like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think of the setup. Keep it on twos. Right side up, that is. God bless, guys. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you again in the next episode of Baggers and BS. Peace.